Hey, I hope you're getting excited about your vacation. I just want to take a quick minute to walk you through your documents. So, you received something via email along this line. So, this is just a uh, generic version. So, it's not going to be specific to your vacation, but it will give you an idea of what to look for when you get this email. So, you can either view an app right here, which will prompt you to download the app so that you can use it while you're traveling. The good thing about the app is that you can use it without Wi-Fi or cell service, so that can come in very handy depending upon where you are and what you're doing. For this particular instance, we're going to click on View Online so that we can see it the way that it will show up on your computer. So it'll open up like this. And the first thing we're going to go through over here, you can scroll through and hit different days by just clicking on the day, and it'll take you there faster if you don't want to scroll all the way through. But we're going to start with information and documents, which will bring us here. So if you have flights, I'm going to have your flights here. So you can just click on view and it's going to open up in another window, and it's going to give you your flight information, which will also be on your itinerary once we get over here to the days. I've also given you a sample, the celebrity guest ticket booklet, so you can click on that. Be sure to take time to read through this. I know it's a lot of information, a lot of pages, but there's a lot of good information in here, including emergency phone numbers, what documents you need, how to get to the port, that kind of stuff, and any extra like alcoholic beverages and their policies on that. So be sure to read through that. Also, your celebrity luggage tags will be attached as well. It's just one specific luggage tag for the whole room, for the entire room. So each room number will have a luggage tag, and I've already filled out your name where it says guest name. So if you need more, you can just come in here and print this off. Also, if you happen to have any short excursions, if you book through the cruise line, I will not have confirmations of that. But if you book through short excursions group, I'm going to have that there if I know about it. I typically know about it, even if you booked it on your own. But anyhow, if I know about it, it's there. If I don't know about it and you do think that you booked the short excursion, let me know so that I can address that issue. So, your short excursion tickets, be sure to have the printed copy of this and bring it with you for proof of payment, and also who to contact, your emergency contact information and all of that are in here. So be sure to read through all that. Of course, I have all this printed off and we'll put it in the mail to you so you don't have to worry about printing it if you don't want to. Uh, and then I've given you information about our cruise loyalty program. If you book with us again within 30 days of your cruise, we'll give you either a short excursion credit, a resort for a day credit, or an onboard credit. Most people go for the onboard credit, and it's based on the value of your cruise, which you can see down here. So be sure to keep that in mind. And if you book while you're on board, you can get a really good deal. Just let me know so that we can have it transferred to my agency so that we can service it for you and also give you your loyalty perk. If you have any inclusions, I've included those here. Like this particular sailing has a $50 onboard credit per cabin, and also drinks, Wi-Fi, and gratuities were also included. For your boarding pass that you will need to get onto the ship, after you do your online check-in, your boarding pass will show up in the Celebrity app. So, and they're very good about their technology, and you just show them your QR code to get onto the ship. And I don't know if they're still doing this, but they used to have you fill out a health authorization form through the app the day before you depart. So just be on the lookout for that. And then, of course, I've told you, if you look at this app screenshot, all of your pre-cruise information that you need is going to be down here. So all those little icons mean something. So play around with it. Go ahead and download the app and play around with it. Giving you information about the ship. So take time to read. Again, I know this is a lot of information, but there's a lot of good information here. It's really a quick read, probably like 2 minutes. So, and I've told you about parking, what's included, what's not included, that type of stuff. So just take the time to read through that. And I've given you the Healthy at Sea link. Right now, there are no vaccine requirements or testing requirements. If you have insurance, I've listed that here. Leisure care is one type of insurance. So if you got insurance through Celebrity, that's there. I've also warned you to pay attention to your onboard account. I do see a lot of mistakes happen with onboard accounts with cruises. So just pay attention to that just once a day or once every other day. Just take a peek at it and make sure that the charges look accurate. It's easier to handle that while you're on the ship. If you wait until you're back on land, then we have to go through a whole lot of steps to get it refunded. It's going to take a lot longer. So just take a few extra minutes just to look at your onboard account while you're on the cruise and make sure it's right. Giving you information about clearing customs and immigration, and also a link for customs and duty information. If you want to buy something while you're gone, you can look and see how much you can bring back without having to pay customs and duty. With dining reservations, I recommend that you make any dining reservations as soon as you board or check in. For the best availability, be sure to try during the non-peak times. And if you don't get what you want, keep checking back because people change things all the time. So what I typically do is when I board a ship, I go straight to the dining desk and make the specialty dining reservations that I want. For the main dining room, you don't have to make reservations, so don't worry about that. This is just for specialty dining. Told you who to call. If you encounter any issues with your flights, talk to the gate agent. They have the most power. Uh, so for example, if your flight is delayed or something, go straight to the gate agent. It does not have to be the gate that you are arriving or departing from. And be sure to be nice. You're going to catch more flies with honey than vinegar. And these people are getting yelled at and cussed at all the time. So just be nice to them, and because they really do have the most power. They have more power than you calling the airline. So go see a gate agent if you have any issues. And if you, for some reason, see that you might need to file an insurance claim because your flight was delayed by like 12 hours or something, be sure you save all your receipts. Also, if your flight gets majorly delayed, ask the gate agent for a food voucher, a hotel voucher. You can even ask for a lounge voucher. So they don't have to give it to you, but they're pretty good about taking care of you. And then I've told you what IDs are required for travel. And if you're flying, most airlines do charge for checked luggage now, so be aware of that. And I've given you this particular cruise is going out of Port Everglades, so I'll give you the information about the port. It's going to tell you about parking and how to get there, that sort of stuff. So just click on that link. If you are cruising in and out of certain ports, the mobile passport app is a good option for you. Or if you're flying international, this is a good option as well. That's what it looks like in the App Store. It's really good for getting in and out of customs faster. So for example, if you're flying home from Europe and landing in Atlanta, they offer it. So be sure to download that mobile passport app and set it up before you leave. And then once you land in America, go ahead and take your phone off of airplane mode and go into this app and answer the 5 to 6 questions that they have and have it ready to go once you get into the airport. If you get into the airport and you don't see the mobile passport app line, they are sometimes good about hiding it. Ask an employee and they will direct you. They're going to want to see that you have answered those 5 to 6 questions before they will allow you into that line, but it'll get you out faster than global entry a lot of times. I have had a couple of glitches with this, specifically in Atlanta where it wouldn't work for me. So one time I had to do a hard restart on my phone, and another time I actually had to be inside the airport for it to work. So don't give up on it. Just keep playing with it. Flight delays and cancellations are a real thing. So be sure to pack your patience and be sure um, mentally just prepare yourself to be able to roll with the punches. If you are flying, I've given you information about domestic travel there. If you're flying to another country, I will have given you that. Again, take time to read it because I'm gonna go over the rules that you need to be aware of, that kind of stuff. Told you how to dial international phone numbers, and you might want to consider being COVID tested before you leave. And remember, travel is an adventure. Nothing's going to go perfect, so be prepared to just roll with the punches. And I've given you a well-being traveler checklist as well. So just take time to read through that just to make sure that you stay healthy while you're traveling. And then we go into your itinerary. So if you are flying, I've got your flight information here. So you will want to check in for your flight 24 hours prior to your flight. And I've told you which website to go to and also your flight confirmation number. And with flights, this one departs at 3:29, so I'm telling them to be there at 1:29. If it's a domestic flight, you need to be there at least 2 hours prior to your flight. If it's an international flight, you need to be there at least 3 hours prior to your flight. If you are traveling to a major airport, like Atlanta, you might want to consider getting there even an hour earlier than that. And you could be denied boarding if you are not at the airport and checked in 60 minutes prior to your flight for a domestic flight and 90 minutes prior to your flight for an international flight. So I've given the flight itinerary, and then if you have a hotel, I've got that included here as well. And then the next day, get on the ship, And in this particular instance, the ship departs at 3:30, so these people have to be on there by 1:30. You have to be on the ship 2 hours prior to leaving. And this is kind of cool because you can see the deck plans here by just clicking on that if you wanted to study the ship at all. And then we go on through each day, and I've given you some information about each little spot. And if you had any shore excursions, I would have those listed in this section as well. And if you book shore excursions through the cruise line, they're actually going to deliver your tickets to your stateroom. And then I've reminded you next to last day to check in for your flight online again. And I've given you the website and also your air confirmation number. And then you'll be back, and you have, in this particular instance, they had a flight flying home. So, and it's a domestic flight, so they need to be at the airport 2 hours early. So they will get a taxi or an Uber over to the airport. And then that's it. So if you have any questions after reading through everything, don't hesitate to call me. At this point, it's better to call me instead of texting because the questions are going to get, you're going to hear me say, what if, but that kind of stuff a lot. And that's just a lot to do via text. So give me a call. All right. If you don't have any questions, you all have a great time. And I look forward to hearing about your trip. Thanks. Have a great day.